What's going on to you Libras out there? So for you Libras, you have the King of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and you Libras have the Nine of Swords right here. So for you Libras, the King of Wands and the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords speaks to how a lot of you Libras very much so are able now to tell somebody off. The King of Wands represents a brand new found level of confidence and self-respect where a lot of you Libras didn't have before. A lot of you, see, the problem with a lot of you Libras is that y'all are afraid to tell somebody off. And until you Libras stop being afraid to tell somebody off, y'all are going to have some issues. Some of you are still kind of afraid to tell somebody off, tell somebody to go where the sun don't shine, right? And some of you Libras aren't. You realize that it's probably for the better that you're able to actually tell somebody that sometimes. Because what's happening here is that I've said this before, people will take advantage of your niceties. They will play with you until you are able to develop the heart to tell somebody, listen, get out of here. Get out of my company. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the King of Wands. The King of Wands is an individual who is not afraid of the consequences. So they say what it is that they have to say. They get it off their chest what they have to say. So the thing is that the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords speaks to how, because without ruminating on this and going down memory lane too much, right? You Libras have been betrayed many times before. You Libras, a lot of your friends are not suited and booted. A lot of your friends are not real with it. So the thing about it is that you Libras, you really do have to get to a point where you stop being so nice. Now I'm not saying that you shouldn't be a decent person. I'm not saying that you should be disrespectful. But what I'm saying is that you have to learn to be more bold, because people are going to take it. I'm telling you the way that the world works. People are going to take advantage of how you Libras may have the inability right now, at least, to be able to tell people off, because that's what parasitic people prey upon. They prey upon the fact that most times people are too scared to say, hey, get out of my life. Get out of here. What are you doing here? Leave me alone. You shouldn't be here. They prey on that. They take advantage of that. But when you Libras have the ability, right? And the reason why I'm saying is because the Ten of Swords, you've been around, you've seen how people have taken time away from you, used you, mistreated you, disrespected you, and then you had the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is how much it took away your peace of mind, how disrespectful people were, how small you felt, how empty you felt. And the best way for you to be able to do that is to honestly, if there's no consequences coming behind it, is for you to muster up the heart to tell those people to get out of your life. Then if they cannot act like they have some level of common sense where they want to see you win, and they're doing things to see you win like you want to see them win, then they don't need to be in your life. Once again, the power of participation and how you Libras have that right, not just the privilege, the right. This is something that you Libras are born with. It's a right. It's not something that a person can take away. You don't have to participate with anybody that you don't want to. If somebody decides for you your fate and how they want to handle you or interact with you, you do not have to engage with that. You can literally walk out the door and be like, look, you good off that. So the thing is that you have the Six of Cups. And it's crazy because you also had a Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck too, when it's unshuffled, right? This isn't shuffled or anything. The clarification deck. That isn't shuffled, but it's just ironic because you have the Six of Cups and the King of Swords. Look, now they're trying to come back in your life to do it again. So a lot of you Libras have to understand that what you've got going on is to understand that you've got some people around you still where they're stressing you out again. They're stressing you out again. These are people that you may have started to get to know, and they're now starting to stress you out again. This is a mixture of brand new and old, meaning people that you've known recently and people that you've known not so recently, right? The Six of Cups represents this person coming back, trying to reach out, trying to say what's up, right? This person that you used to know. And it's up to you, Libras, to tell them individuals that you don't want them to be around you anymore, because they're going to act like you Libras didn't say that. You Libras didn't tell them to leave them alone. When you Libras tell them to leave you alone, more often times than not, then they're going to leave you alone. There's been many a times myself in my life where I was dealing with somebody, not romantically, but this person was playing games with me, where I realized I should have told them that. And it's only until I told them that is when they actually respected that boundary and they didn't want to come back. I'm lying. They did want to come back, but they respected the boundary enough to stay away. To stay far away is the point that I'm trying to make. But I can tell that they did want to come back because they were in places that I was in, and that they wanted to get my attention. So they did want to come back, right? But I just wouldn't allow them back because I didn't trust them anymore. Honestly, I didn't respect them. I didn't trust them anymore. And I was like, look, you up in my apartment, you know what I'm saying? You coming by my apartment after midnight every night for 7 days straight. You trying to get you getting something to eat. It's like, what are you doing? You know, like if you know, that doesn't make any sense. You coming by my apartment every night for weeks on end after midnight. My family asleep, you know, my siblings and stuff like that. And I'm the youngest, but my family is asleep, you know, my mom is asleep and all of that other type of stuff. And like low key, I'm sneaking you in the apartment and everything like that to talk to you and find out what's going on with you and all this other type of stuff and make sure that you're okay, regardless of whether or not we're romantic or not is irrelevant. I have your back. I knew you as a friend first. We became friends first. So it's cool. I ain't gotta date you. Why you keep trying to run this type of this mind game for? I'm a Virgo. I can take it or leave it. You dig what I'm saying? And it's only right. I'm explaining to you the situation, Libra, and it's only up until I was like, you know what, when this person really played a practical joke on me, and I was like, look, stop coming here, stop rocking with me, because it's crazy. Like, how is it that you gonna come into my apartment and you get something to eat and all of that, right? And you eat and all of that, but at the same time, you go back and you run back to individuals and go, I feel uncomfortable. So if yourself feels uncomfortable, stop coming here night after night, because I don't go looking for you, and you enter into my apartment by yourself, unprotected, meaning you ain't got anything on you, by yourself after midnight. What are you doing here? And ain't nobody smashing, because you make it abundantly clear you playing hard to get. And maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Cool. That's irrelevant. Nobody's smashing you. So what you going back to your friends telling everybody that I did something to you for? So then stop coming here. Because you literally come with evidence to prove it, because I have witnesses. My family is a witness. They'll ask me, why is she come? Why is she here? She come here every night. Come on now. So the only way you're going to tell these people off, Libra, is you're going to have to tell them off. The Ten of Cups and the Sun card right here is about how, because they're going to deliberately act like they don't understand what time it is. They're going to act like they don't understand the message. See, they want you to be understanding the message when they do that cruel nonsense that they doing, that uncalled for, thought out, dysfunctional hyena business. They want you to understand and read deeper into it. But then when you are staying away from them, now they act like they're tone deaf. They can't understand subliminals now. Even though they've been doing something subliminal, they've been taking subliminal shots at you. Now when you separate yourself from them, then they act like they don't understand you now. This is why it is that I don't encourage you Libras or any of my zodiac signs, nor do I believe in that low-key nonsense. Because that low-key nonsense, say it to my face. Stop being a chicken squat. Say it to my face. Say what you got to say. Be bold about it. Say what it is that you got to say. Be a grown adult. Say what you got to say. Because there's too many people who's playing that little delusional game of they could be as disrespectful to you as they want, Libra. But then when you Libras are like, okay, two can play at that game, they still trying to come around you acting like they don't understand what time it is. It's like, nah, we're not playing this game. Because you Libras aren't trying to get away from them to hurt them back. You Libras are trying to get away from them because these people got problems. And they need to be on medications. And the reason why this is important is because here this ex comes trying to come back, trying to tell you about how much they care about you and why you should be convinced to get back together with them. They want to come back in. And the magician is, they've changed and they want this and they want that. It's the same thing that I've been telling y'all about. They're not getting the hint. This is why I don't do hints. Say what you got to say. So the thing is that the Tower and the Nine of Wands right here is all about how you Libras, right, you have to bring it up. I keep telling y'all, the Nine of Wands represents trauma. The Tower represents trauma. So it represents the foundation of how you two know each other being changed. When you see, it's a whole, what I want you Libras to understand is it's a different kettle of fish. When you play games with individuals, these people are crazy. The mentality is whacked out. So they could play games with you all day long. And no matter how crazy you get, they'll go crazier because they've already lost it. They're already a taco short of a combo plate. You understand what I'm saying? For real. So what brings it in, this is why I've been telling y'all throughout the entire reading to say what you got to say to them. Or if they don't say what they got to say to you, is that what you got to do is you Libras got to essentially say what you got to say to them, because what happens is that, like I said, they're not going to stop doing that because they're crazy. So there is no limit. No matter how crazy things go, if you Libras have sanity, if y'all are healthy, mentally healthy, there's a limit of how far you're willing to go because you're not crazy. They have no limit. And it's a different kettle of fish. It's a different breed, because when you tell people straight up, and I've talked about this before, when you Libras tell people straight up, you know what, especially on some respectful stuff too, and you really coming from the heart and there's no ego attached, and you telling them what it is, like, look, I can't trust you. You really don't, like, I can't trust you. So no disrespect, because I still have respect for you. I still have profound respect for you. I don't think we should be kicking it because I can't trust you, right? um, they're gonna be hurt by that. Like it. I mean, maybe they could be playing. I don't know, but from what I've seen, they get hurt by that. I've done that more than a couple of times, where at first I was real fiery to tell the person off, and I was upset, right? I felt like I could have went for a real like afternoon jog. That's how upset or angry I am, just to be able to get that frustration and that rage off my chest. I didn't go do the jogging, but then time later when I saw the person and the person said what up to me and everything like that, obviously I was weeks later, there was no more rage left where I got out of the anger. I just respectfully told them, like, look, no disrespect and everything like that, but I don't want to hang out with them anymore and they were legitimately hurt. I literally saw how the tables turned, because it was like I had profound respect for them, but I also realized that, I'm going through a profound transformation, and I don't have time to be dealing with individuals where it's like, all they want to do around me is act like they don't have any kind of common sense and waste time. And it changed the dynamic. It went from, you know what I'm saying? It went from just, they blaming stuff, and it went from now, people having a profound level of respect, because now it's like I'm just saying things that really come from like, none of that, like the games didn't work. What worked was just coming from the heart and saying it, like, I don't really rock with you. Not because I don't rock with you, it's because you on some nonsense. I don't have the time for it, which is true. I don't have the time for it. I want to make sure that my YouTube channel here succeeds and continue to scale upwards and continue to make investments in this type of stuff. Like, like I'm, what I'm saying? Like like, what I'm saying? Like, I've been dealing with these crazy individuals since before I was a teenager. Since I've been a preteen, since I've been a little boy, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like the sequential nonsense, how mentally warped these people are. Like, look, like if you don't make sense, you got to get out of here. This world is crazy, and I don't have the time for it. And when you Libras can get to that point, that's when you'll be free. So let's clarify the Nine of Wands. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Magician. Four of Cups, the Temperance, the Emperor, the Hangman, and then you have the Three of Pentacles. The Four of Cups and the Temperance, the Emperor, they're just hard to interact with. There's no value that's going to come out of that. And you Libras know that. So the Hangman and the Three of Pentacles, a lot of you Libras are just going to not say anything to them, or you're thinking that you can not say anything to them, and, move on and potentially get to know somebody brand new. I'm telling you Libras what it is. Y'all are going to have to tell these individuals to leave you alone. And until some of you Libras can muster up the heart for that, this person this ex is going to take the fact that you haven't told them that you want out as an invitation to still contact you again.